Namaskar friends, we are getting repeated requests from our patrons, associates, students and everyone that we should compare the products of dowsing available in this world vis-a-vis our universal aura scanner. And you might be knowing that our aura scanner, universal aura scanner by AstroDevam have created something like miracle all over the globe, not only in India, but all around the globe, more than 100 countries. These universal aura scanners are being used successfully with the most prolific results by not only vastu experts, astrologers, but by the persons from all the walks of life, senior government servants, senior bureaucrats, corporates, corporate hunkos, celebrities, nutritionists, doctors, scientists. Everyone is using our aura scanner with full satisfaction. And I believe that if you are having interest in these things, you must have gone through the video testimonial of all these persons given in the favor of AstroDevam universal aura scanner, because they could see it as a real miracle. But now I am going to compare this universal aura scanner with the very basic instrument of dowsing that is called copper L rod. Copper L rod is the most primitive and most simple instrument for dowsing. And both the instruments, copper L rods as well as universal aura scanners, work on the same principle. And let me demonstrate very briefly. Suppose that I am asking these copper L rods, how will you say yes? They will widen up and say yes. And if I say ask these copper L rods, how will you say no? They will come go inside. They will say no. And the same manner, if I ask universal aura scanners, how will you just type, let me hold and let them be stand still. Now I will ask, how will you say yes? They will widen up. And when I will ask, how will you say no? They will move inwards in the same manner copper L rod. But even if you check the prices of these two gadgets, on our website, we are considered authority on these things. These copper L rods have been manufactured from the best possible copper on this earth. So these copper L rods are available on our websites just at the fraction of the price of these universal aura scanners. Barely at 2-3% of the value of the universal aura scanners, these copper L rods are available. So why to spend so much money when we can get the same results? If we can get the same results from both the, why to spend a bomb on these universal aura scanners? So let me elaborate and why and give me and let me analyze and give my verdict after a proper analysis. So when I am saying these copper L rods, and I asked my around thousands of students to use both the gadgets, I observed minutely. Then I found that these universal aura scanners are mostly affected by their subconscious mind, their belief in the subconscious mind. So if someone is believing that this result is going to happen, it will act, because many a time these gadgets are affected by the involuntary muscular movement of the operator. Yes, and I will not deny the allegation of many scientists that these are many a times the results are affected by the involuntary muscular movement caused by the subconscious beliefs. So many a time it happens that if you are believing something, your hand will operate like this. It will cause upward, outward or inward. So to get rid of this phenomena, many a persons were suppose that I am showing you these pen caps. I have taken 2 caps or 2 pens, and I'm going to insert this here. Okay, now it is free and it not being touched by my hand. So I kept on these 2 pens, and then I am asking. So it is, they are not indirectly in touch to my hand or my palm or my finger. So if I'm asking, how will you say yes? They will move up outward, and the same manner they will say no. So to some extent, our hands, they have become free from our hands, but even here, I observed that sometimes strong subconscious beliefs affected the results. But in case of universal aura scanners, it may also cause the same thing because it is moving, free movement. To get an, and when we checked universal aura scanners manifested by others, we saw it. We are surprised to see that majority of times aura scanners were being governed by their subconscious beliefs, just like these petty things. So what we took two-pronged action. First, we improved the mechanism of these aura scanners, and we insulated the effect of subconscious beliefs on our universal aura scanners, which no one had thought earlier. And that is the reason our aura scanners by AstroDevam, are considered world's best universal aura scanners. And no other aura scanner is being used in more than 100 countries around the globe, and not by the so diverse nature of professionals just like ours. First thing we did like this at the mechanism level. Second thing, I deeply thought about this, and based on my research on energies, most intense research on energies, I thought there should be mechanism to insulate the subconscious beliefs with our involuntary movement. So I thought that if the thought process of the operator is controlled by the yogic and tantric principles, they will be able to insulate their thoughts as well as with the operation. So in all the cases, I given the option of to our all the bias that I will activate their Kundalini, the subtle energy of the body. I will activate. So in all the cases, who persons who are buying universal aura scan, which is considered best in the world, we are activating their Kundalini so that they can keep a wall on their personal beliefs and the study they are going to undertake with the help of this aura scanner. So these two things are not possible in case of copper L rod. So the results are not possible in with the same accuracy, which is as accuracy we achieve with the help of this thing. Second thing, most important, is that with the aura scanner, we are giving this mass as well as the wire with which you can connect this and this, and with this you can get some miraculous result. You are keeping some legal papers, you get the strength energy of that paper. If you are keeping this on some photograph, you are getting energy of that person with the help of that photograph only. If you are keeping these masses on some legal some property papers, you get the energy of and these property. Yeah. And moreover, you can check the energy of that person, that property, and where the vastu anomaly, where a feng shui anomaly is. So many things you can check with the help of this mass, which is attached to this with the help of this wire. You insert one side here and insert one side here. So these get connected, and with the help of some miraculous things you can cause. You can check the energy of the person is staying in some other country, thousands of miles away, with the help of this. Believe me, People have created, many students of mine have created miracles of this, like this. So, which is not possible at all in the case of copper L rods. Distance, many persons, accomplished persons try, and sometimes they do, but it is chance per se, not always. This is not by the rule, but by the exception. So, so in on this count also, aura scanner is much better. Third thing, which is most important, that with the aura scanners, as you can see, there is a space here to place some sample. Here I am placing sample of positivity in the both the aura scanners, which and the whole process you must have seen in my earlier videos. And with the aura scanner, we give around 300 samples, and which cover multiple things. You have the strength of planet, the colors, numbers, gemstones, all the diseases, strength of 16 directions as per vastu, and so paranormal energies, and so many things, and most importantly, geopathic histories. So you are inserting one thing here, immediately you are getting the results. So which is not possible in the case of L rods. Many time I found that people with the rubber band or some with this help of something thread, they bind the samples here, but it is only temporary arrangement, and you don't get so much results. So effective results. So if samples are not available, then your results become minimal. And believe me, the cost of the aura scanner, at least ours, is fully justified, because with the help of these dowsing instruments, it may be this or it may be this, whatever it is, you are going to make very important decisions about the person for whom you are doing scanning, dowsing, or you visiting the place or the person. So his or her life is going to affect. And if the decision is very important, you should not hesitate to make so much investment of some thousands of rupees. You should not hesitate, because ultimately it is going to affect the lives of the other persons. And if the result is inaccurate, his or her life may be destroyed. And believe me, many persons who have bought aura scanner earlier, and now they are coming to buy our aura scanner. And believe me, around 60 to 70% persons who are buying aura scanner and are satisfied with the very results, they have used aura scanners sold by others. And once they buy aura scanners and undergo the wonderful training of the Kundalini activation of your intense subtle energy of the body, they see the transformation in their whole personality, whole thought process, whole energy movement. And every time everyone says, without any exception, that they are no more the same person which were earlier before attending the training. So this is very important aspect, that you are using the accuracy. More important, not only for you as a professional, but more important for the person for whom you are going to scan. And if the results are inaccurate, what will happen? Another thing I want to stress here, the sadhana, the penas, the commitment, the devotion, the dedication, the time giving in the whole process is not possible, which was possible in earlier days. Now the whole generation is in haste, and rightfully so. I will not criticize them, because their IQ has reached a level which was not available 100 or 200 years 400, 500 years back. There are the IQ of the human species increasing, and this increasing in the IQ, the mental strength, it is not possible for them to devote so much time and penas and sadhana for a particular process, which is required if you want to get results from this. But with the universal aura scanner, so much sadhana, so much dedication, so much time consumption is not required. Believe me, it's not required. Because with at least with our scanner, we are committed for getting the good results, and we have devised the technology. We have improved the technology in such a wonderful manner that you are completely insulated with your mental and emotional thought process. And that is the reason that persons who had bought aura scanners from XYZ, Tom, Dick, and Harry, they are buying aura scanner from us. And the last thing which I want to stress, that in a particular segment of assessing the paranormal energies, highly intense negative energies, many a time I found that the persons who were doing scanning these things with the help of copper L rods, they were negatively affected. Many a time they developed neurological issues, neurological problems, and they had to take medical assistance. But in case of our aura scanner, it is not possible. Due to one thing, the mechanism itself there, which insulates you. Second thing is that when I train them, I teach them some basic techniques of tantra, with help of which they get protected from the onslaught of these highly negative energies. So, with all these reasons, I highlighted with, and I believe that video has become a long video. The verdict is clear before you, and if you are going to give the decision, certainly you are going to tell that universal aura scanner, especially from AstroDevam, are much superior as compared to these primitive instruments, copper and rods. So unless you are in the very high financial crunch, you should go with the universal aura scanner from AstroDevam and nowhere else. When I am saying with full commitment and dedication to the science of dowsing, without any vested interest, without thinking that I am going to be benefited with more sales from AstroDevam. This is not my vested interest. So please, verdict is clear. I am going to give much more numbers to this pair of universal aura scanner from AstroDevam compared to L-Rod. In the future episodes, I am going to compare the aura scanner with the pendulum and many more things. So if you are interested in these subjects, please subscribe our channel and also push the bell icon so that you get the proper notification timely. Namaskar, I am Achar Kalki Krishnan from AstroDevam.